Good morning, Roy.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. Hey, oh,
Oh,
no
you're
echo.
coming good there,
Are you losing track of the days like I am lately since we've been doing the stream?
bro. I've been lost track of the days. Once I went full time, I'm so confused on what day it is every day. That's we are having a warning signal come up this morning that we have not had before.
I'm gonna guess it's probably because we're sharing that tide.
I'm assuming it is, but it shouldn't be. Let's look and see what we're doing here. We are, even though we got a warning come across. Oh, yeah. Let's see. We seem to still be streaming fine. Be streaming fine. That was, you hear my echo there? Be streaming fine. That was, you hear my echo there? Be normal delay, so I don't
Oh, here we go.
understand what we're doing, but we're doing something.
Well, I
Let's see
see you
what it's
drawing an
showing here.
uptrend. Yeah, well,
Oh, I see what it is. So the warning, this stream's current bit rate is lower than the recommended bit rate. We use a stream bit rate of 68 kbs. Okay. Well, how do we do that? That would be a good thing to know how to do that. Well, before we get there, we got a few viewers here. Like, comment, subscribe. Welcome everybody.
welcome.
Interesting. That's why we got a different warning that we don't normally have, but we're coming across. Seems to be fine. So I've got the main screen pulled up. We got everything going on. You see, we got a trend overnight we're looking at. So kind of my game plan today. Let's back up to the 15 minutes. Let's look at this bad boy in all its glory. See this area here? This is the high we created back on September the 19th. You can see it's tested this high multiple times, has not been able to break out of this high. I see what it's doing. It's
Yeah, it's buffering.
buffering a little.
Yeah.
I saw that. So this is weird. I don't usually have it up on the big screen here, so I'm seeing myself talking all at the same time. So it's all good. Oh, now we're getting error. Now we're getting some errors coming through. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience buffering. Okay, well, let's see what we got to do to fix this. Y'all are getting it in real time. Well, how the heck do you fix it? Just don't tell me there's an error, then click on this error, then you click on this error, and it doesn't tell you how to fix it. Let's go to stream settings. Yeah, just bear with us. I'm not seeing anywhere I can actually change anything at the moment, which is lovely. We are still, even though it's giving us the error, we're still streaming. We're not buffering right this second. Oh, I think, yeah, there you go. You just moved. We got a delay, but that's fine. How can we fix you? Well, this is interesting. Let's see if we close some things out.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you want me to stop? I can do the stop share thing of what we were trying to do later in the stream.
No,
See if
just
that
hang tight
helps.
on that.
Okay. All right.
Leave that alone. I got a few things open that we can close here that might help us out. I can't close that. We've got about everything closed. Oh, he's changed his name to Wait for the Zone in the text. Good morning. Oh, good morning.
Good morning.
Anyway,
While you're
so
doing that, we've got some data coming out at after the bell at 9 a.m. Central. New home sales. Let's see if there's anything else on the calendars that we need to look out for. Yeah, Thursday is spicy. Just your regular oil stock or crude oil data at 9:30 Central. Ooh, tonight you got some BOJ monetary policy meeting minutes.
it'll be interesting.
So you have that at 7:50 p.m. or sorry, 6:50 p.m. Central. Um, Heading into Thursday's crazy day of I just don't see how anybody can hold anything overnight on Wednesday short term.
Yeah, I don't know. I know one thing could be when I have this up, I might need to close this back out. I've actually got our see if this fixes things. We're still streaming fine, but I hate that. Let's see.
Apple down $2 pre-market. Nvidia riding its high still up $1 in the close.
With that, uh, interesting with those two. Nvidia had, of course, news yesterday that they're done. What's his name's done selling. So
Jensen.
yeah. So what I'm looking at this morning, guys, this zone up here. I think we just continue to short this area until it finally breaks. So once you get in here to the 95 range, you could actually put a short on. If it breaks 98, you better cut it because it's fixing to run. So that gives you a a 3-point move. That could be actually something very, very nice move off of it. You can see every time we've hit it so far, we've rejected. Every time we've gotten close, we've rejected. So that's kind of my spot. We break there, and I'm gonna watch this area and might actually move it down to here this morning. Even though we had all that, I do like this as a zone here now since we did test there. So we're gonna watch this. Here, I don't know. It might be worth a shot to go on and get in. If we hit 95, you got 321 orders sitting at 95. You do have 280 orders today sitting at 5,800. So that is a little up from yesterday. I did not look at open interest and stuff overnight and volume to see what we did yesterday. So let's check that bad boy. Sorry, I got a email where I can get a suite, $500 per person for the Mississippi State Ole Miss game, on field suite. I'm like, ooh.
Ooh.
I don't know if I like people enough to pay $500 for them to go.
Yeah, Amazon's pretty much Mag 7's flat outside of those two big guys, Apple and Nvidia.
Let's see. I was going to.
Microsoft's up almost $1.
Let's
Tesla's
look.
down $2.
So we're we're looking for yesterday's. Volume is actually down so far this morning. That's kind of strange. Let's see. So volume ticked up a little bit over. Of course, we had a lot of volume coming in the 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th. You had rollover, so you had volume coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you saw the spike, you saw it go up. It's been on a decline since. On Friday, it came down more. On Monday, it was pitiful. I mean, pitiful. And then yesterday was not much better. I mean, yesterday was better because we gained 33,000 in volume, and let's see what open interest. No, sorry, 33,000 open interest yesterday. Interesting.
Mm.
Volume was up a little. Very interesting. Open interest was pretty high. Got a lot of people holding overnight. So that could make for an interesting day today.
Well, like the day of the data of the week is tomorrow, so
Yes.
and so you're gonna get some sort of de-risking. Now, this is always the puzzle we try to crack: is the de-risking going to be short covering? Is the de-risking going to be profit taking? When you're at this high of levels, probably not going to get much short covering. I would assume you get more profit taking, but you never know.
Yeah, you also got to look. This level on the old, on last month's contract is what, 57.15, 57.20 area.
Yeah.
So I know it's interesting. This trend zone's holding so far. Of course, it's right in line with this EMA cluster. As you can see, these EMAs are pretty much stacked. The 8, the 20, the 13, and the 21. VWAP way down here, 57.84. You look at 57.84, you've got a ton of orders sitting around that area. So right here, there's your VWAP, there's your order sitting there at it. So interesting. Oh, it's a boring watch right now. You could be trading this, but I assume I'd rather not. Got 14 minutes till open, so we're sitting there. So we lost our. Seems our stream is back to doing normal stuff.
Okay.
Don't know why, but that's a good thing. Let's see. Boom. Like, subscribe, share. And let's see what happens. We should be able to, we're going to test it. We should be able to share Roy's tide this morning. While we're at it, hold on, Roy. I'm going to actually put it on mute. I'm going to turn the volume up. I'm going to actually share the tide screen before we get busy.
Okay.
And see if we can hear you and all that good stuff. So,
All right.
So give me some talking test.
Talking. I'm trying to redraw your channel here that you drew. I'm seeing how you did that. It's nice. Feels like a little big. Need to
We
lower
got
it.
we've got you there.
All right.
I'll go
All
back
right.
to the chart now. You are coming in loud and clear. Hey, I can figure some things out sometimes, can't I?
Yeah. So we got about let's say about 25, 30-second delay going.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll live with it. We'll be all right.
So we didn't actually talk about this pre-stream, but might as well just do it live. I think I think I'm going to propose echo what you kind of said after the stream yesterday. Is looking at taking Fridays off on the stream.
Yeah,
Um, I think definitely something to consider given how much over trading can hurt you, and if you haven't won by Friday, you can tend to get yourself in a pickle mentally, trying to catch up and make up your losses for the week and things like that. So, not to say we won't trade personally on that day, but outside of some major news events, right? Non-farm payrolls probably be one we would stream for, but
right.
just as a good rule of thumb moving forward, I think we're going to take the Friday stream off.
Yeah, we need a little mental break sometimes too. So a lot
Yeah,
of
and
stuff
I
goes.
think
You guys don't see a lot of goes on behind the scenes to get ready for these streams. So
yeah,
we're
and
scrambling in the mornings. And look, it's one good thing it's done. It's forced me here the last few days not to take trades early.
yeah, that's been great for me as well. I find myself to be you Muppet. Wait till the stream. You're going to get more data and tools and
Yep.
opportunities. Why would you waste your opportunity now?
Yep.
Um, I mean, I do like a long here heading into the open because I think we'll get a little pop. But I've also said that every day this week, and it hasn't played out. They've just nailed it back down to VWAP every time.
Well, you guys see what I'm doing. It's right here. I'm waiting. I'm watching this zone up here, and then I'm watching this trend line. So this trend zone, that's where we're playing off of so far this morning. So we'll see what happens. No need to rush it. No need to rush it. No really news. And once again, we still got, if you look overnight, we still got a good drop overnight that we have been getting, and then a rebound back into come to open. So that's caused this. It's pretty interesting how it's just digging things played out the same every night, pretty much.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can see on the screen here, new home sales. They're saying this is very important this time, so it's going to be interesting to watch. I don't think I've seen this much importance on new home sales in a while, ever.
Yeah, that's a bit odd, to be honest. That's a bit of uncharted territory on that data release being important and how to
We
read it.
still
So I
got
haven't really.
about 8 minutes to open, so just kind of chilling, watching, seeing. Still just, I mean, you can see since this morning pretty much a chop fest in here. The EMAs are still holding. That's something to keep an eye on. Do they break? They break before open? Do they break at open? Do they continue to hold? Eventually, one day, we are due for a trend day.
Yeah.
And I was telling Roy pre-stream, I had a dream last night that we actually had a trend day, and we rode it out all day pretty much. So we're going to see if we can. Hadn't really come to fruition yet. Seems like every time we think we might get a trend day, it's ends up range bound. So now we've had some big ranges,
Yeah. Yeah.
but just hadn't had that powerful trend day one way or the other all day.
I thought for sure yesterday was going to be a down day, and I think Nvidia, like we hinted at, saved the market there.
Oh yeah, video
It just
definitely.
kind of just
Yeah,
elevated everything. I mean, but I
if you
thought we were going
look,
to crack there at the end.
Apple is still Apple's weak compared to everything else in the Mag Seven, and Apple is a pretty strong player in the overall market. So, and Nvidia's strong, and they're a pretty strong player. So you're seeing Nvidia's winning out right now as far as pulling the market up with it slowly, but it's not being able to break that high yet. So we'll see if today's the day, or I would be surprised if they break 5,800 today. I look for them if we have positive data tomorrow is the day they just blow through
Mm.
it. But we don't trade off hopes,
Theories.
thoughts. We trade off what we see and go from there. So it's very interesting.
I will say it's. I mean, it's only been 3 days. Obviously, this is the third day of the week, but we just have been stuck in this spot now. Seems like every day we're open around 57.80, 57.90,
Yep.
and market is, well, it's consolidating itself into a major news day that everybody have circled down for tomorrow. I was looking even further beyond the U.S. stuff for tomorrow. So tonight you've got Bank of Japan, which if you don't know why Bank of Japan is important, um, their policy, the dollar is closely tied to the Japanese yen. So any move that the Bank of Japan's policy has always been very lenient,
Hey Roy,
negative. Yeah, go ahead.
while you explain this, I got a phone call coming in. I'm gonna grab this real fast.
Yeah, go ahead. Um, Bank of Japan's been lenient. They've kind of negative rates for a long time. They never really do rate hikes and haven't for decades. And now they're starting to see a little bit of more hawkish tone from the Bank of Japan. So you're getting potential rate hikes signaled by the Bank of Japan, which is impacting the relationship between the yen and the dollar. Um, which can also have a negative impact on the market. The Bank of Japan is always important, obviously due to the time zones and all that stuff. They happen on the extended session in futures. So if you trade tomorrow night, if you trade tonight, which I don't recommend, but if you do, you want to circle that 6:50 Central, 7:50 Eastern time to maybe not be at anything, because that's a big event. Then early in the morning, across the pond, we've got German consumer confidence. ECB has a meeting, so that's the European Central Bank. The Swiss National Bank has an interest rate decision. They look to be cutting. That's what they're looking at. Yeah, looking to be cutting 25 basis points. You've got consumer confidence as well. So this is all while we're sleeping. This is between the hours of 1 a.m. to 4 or 3 a.m. Central. So you've got a lot of stuff internationally happening tonight and tomorrow early morning, heading into tomorrow's day of just madness. GDP, PCE, final prices, jobless claims, weekly jobless claims, durable goods. You've got speakers, including Powell, all before the open. I mean, it's a. Then you have the ECB President Lagarde talks at the open, right at the open tomorrow. Then you have pending home sales and more Fed speakers throughout the day. I mean, it's just a nonstop day of events. So it's probably one you want to sit tight on. You're getting a little move up here off that channel. It's like you can see on his chart, those EMA clusters are heading right into that upward channel. And so it's either going to push it up which looks like it wants to do head in the open, or it's going to crack hard. So pre-market high. What's pre-market high? Okay, we're right at it. So we're going to open right at pre-market high.
I'm right back here.
Sorry. And we're going to open right at pre-market high, which is right at the close yesterday, or the high yesterday was right at the high yesterday was the close. So it was 97, 57, 94, 25 range. The closing candle hit that.
Yesterday was an interesting close. That move right there, boy, was something else.
Yeah. Yeah. $90 seconds to open. Still no trades. Just hanging tight.
They moved the orders up above 57.95, so that's something to keep an eye on. You can see
that's a pretty good candle.
There, but you got this huge cluster they moved up here, so this is interesting. Interesting open, I think we're going to see. Can't get that break above. You got these orders. You're seeing them stacked to both sides now, so this is definitely going to be interesting.
NQ kind of hanging around 20,150.
So. Yeah, it's in its open range yesterday. Right in it.
Mm-hmm. Point of control for ES I have at 57.82.75. Let me double check that. Right, so a little bit below VWAP. But of course, that can change in a heartbeat with the open volume that comes in.
Yeah.
10 seconds remaining.
It every day, but I'm definitely interested in seeing the MOO this morning with that open interest overnight. That was interesting. And here we go. We're opening. We're getting the pop on the open.
Pop at the open, and point of control moved up to 57.90, which is right in the middle of that trend and right where all those clusters are.
I'm going to look for, I would love for it to get to around the 57.96 area. MOO came out. It was definitely interesting. S&P 500 was plus 105, what you're seeing here. NASDAQ minus 50 million. The Dow plus 35 million. And the Mag 7 negative 45 million. All right, we're above that area. We are not taking a short yet.
No.
Sometimes we don't just put an order on, let it go. They're moving orders above 58. If you got those, then they're moving these up. So there's your new high, all-time high.
Yeah, I swung calls overnight, so I'm closing those right now. See ya. Yay.
This is a dumb move, but I'm fixing to take a short here.
I appreciate your confidence in your zones, because that has been a trademark of yours. But I'm letting it see if do the orb. But I think you're right. I like the play.
We'll find out here soon enough, won't we?
I'll say I like the play because I just sold calls, so I will support your play 100%.
CBD is bouncing around zero level, so we're not really getting just did go negative, but then right back positive. So we're not getting a big move. And now we can we'll share Roy's tide so everybody can see it.
Yeah, it's not. This is what you get right at the morning. It's not very entertaining stuff. Let's see. That's the market coming down. Oh, I think we froze. Oh, no, there it is. So yeah, you can see it's not very entertaining. This is general market tide. Um, this is market holdings. It's hard to read this early on. You really have to give it about 30 minutes or so to get some data, get some points on the plot.
Let's go back to the chart. See, we have turned red.
So you
On this trade, we got about $1 on it.
Yeah, a little bounce up. And
we need to pull this stop down. We don't need $1,000 stop here. We're going to pull it down to about a $300 stop here. Right above here is where my stop is. So if we we take off, I'm risking 287. I like that 225 take profit there. If it comes back, that puts us right back at that trend. So we're going to see. Could have been
Apple
here, but
Apple's starting to climb a little bit. Nvidia just went gangbusters right at the open.
Nvidia's what caused this pop. Now we're getting an error. So what's up with that?
We got Microsoft now popping. You've got Tesla green, Meta's green. So you got some players that are participating here. NQ is definitely showing this move. It's now approaching 20,200. Calls are rising. Puts are also rising though on general market tide.
We're getting some lag on the stream this morning.
Yeah.
Not sure where that's all coming from, but wow, look at VWAP straight up.
Just yeah. Solid doctor.
So is what I always said about the shorts or longs. Looks like we might have had a little short cover at open.
Yeah, they are. But
well, you get it open.
It's still not.
You get it open. You get all these orders. So that MOO, the market's on order on open. Those orders are sitting there waiting to be filled. So you had 105 million on the S&P that was waiting to be filled at open. So that's what caused that pop, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
The one that's a little surprising though is you had negative 50 million on NASDAQ and it popped too. So
yeah,
interesting start so far, which kind of tells you that if you looked overnight, ES has been the stronger of the two. ES seems to be leading here with the last few weeks. CVD has climbed to plus 1,000, so this short is not looking fantastic right now. But you know what? We're still holding it.
Calls rising, put slight downtrend. So you're seeing the mechanical side of this support this move up. Nvidia is testing 123 now.
Well, we're getting some major lag here
now. I think I think we should kill the tide stream, see if that helps it. It may be trying to render too much stuff.
We got a good 45-second delay. Yeah, see what happens.
All right, let me kill it. Let me kill it. Gone.
Now it's going to take it a minute to see what happens. We got a huge gap, a huge lag, because it's still showing you're tied on the stream, even though I changed it. Now it looks like we are frozen. So
yeah,
I'm just going to have to spend the money and buy a badass system to use this. I don't want to spend the money for it.
Any sponsors out there, we would.
Yeah, anybody wants to build us a PC, We would definitely. I'll put stickers up. We'll do everything we got to do.
Let's see. Do you have anybody in your family that's techie that likes to do that, build PCs and stuff like that?
No.
No,
Uh,
I don't either. They all look at me and I'm like, all right, I'll do it.
yeah, I am the techie in the family.
I tell you, it is not breaking out of this
It's
little
not.
zone here.
I don't like CBD being plus 1400,
Yeah,
but
that's not good.
plus 1500, and we're still not getting the breakout. I mean, you're right. It's either fixing to bite me in the ass or pay me $225. One or two.
I think you come back, you retest 5790, and then it determines what it wants to do. That's my very uninformed opinion. Straight off, just guessing. Puts rising a little bit, calls trending down just a hair on general market
CBD
tide.
hard, 500. Just dropped almost 1,000 points. But we're still not getting that follow through to the downside. You son of a gun, you.
I think we're gonna have one of these days on flow that tend to happen every now and then, where Nvidia just breaks it. It just breaks it. It's Nvidia, $13 million in premium. Second place is Tesla with 2.7 million. So 5x there on the difference between 1 and 2. Call premium on Nvidia is 12 million. Put premiums 1 million. So 12-to-1 ratio on call to put. Puts are rising in general market. Calls are rising in general market. However, the holdings are both, but the holdings are obviously going to be skewed with Nvidia on SPY.
Right. We can't get this breakdown. We get to about 125 in profit, which is close, but it is no cigar. You can see here, we got like 4 or 5 ticks we need to go to get the.
So 3-minute chart. 3-minute chart. You're testing the 8 right now. I mean, 3-minute shows a pretty good candle as for the bear side, but it is right on the 8.
Yeah, I see that.
It's right on the 8. So get your break here. You can get
You got the 13 too, but the 5-minute 8s was holding it.
Yeah.
Coming right to it, and it's bounced off of it. So CBD has creeped back up to plus 1,200.
Nvidia back testing 123.
And the Nvidia's coming back some. Apple's kind of had a pop there. The VIX had a gap down at open. We
Poor
know
VIX.
that tends to feel, though. Even though it's created a double gap now is what you got. You got a gap overnight and a gap it opens. So who knows? Who knows? And that is to the upside on the VIX. NQ coming back a little more than ES right now. You got a mixed bag on the Mag 7. I mean, it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, throwing a wobbler out. Next dividend date is anywhere near. I need to look at that, but it's down almost 1%. But I think it popped yesterday on the China news, right? The China stimulus.
Here comes VIX. VIX is popping some, so we might get this move down.
There you go.
1 tick. There it is. For the first one.
All right.
There it is. Played out. That bad boy. Let's move over to here. All right. The CBD is dropping hard.
Call's starting to trick down.
I can't bring myself to go long here.
No, not yet. Not yet. It looks You're getting a cross down on the MACD on the 3-minute. So you're getting some momentum, but you are approaching VWAP. So
I guess we should have held that. Should have got $300-400 out of that trade. It's okay. I was not being greedy on the first one of the day.
It was very interesting though. Your zone. Look, I mean, hindsight's 2020, of course, but you stuck true with your zone in the middle of some pretty bullish movement, and that's why it's important to know how strong those zones
I
are.
like this. I like this long here with the bounce we had off VWAP. If it can hold VWAP, I'm gonna move this stop up on this one. This is a different one, guys. This is the other one. This is the new boy. We're gonna move this stop to this zone. Let's move to this zone. We're gonna risk 225. I want to see it get back into high day range. So we'll pull this down. That's high day. So we'll see how it plays out.
Definitely helped VWAP. NQ didn't quite test VWAP, but it looks like it had a little stop, creating a bit of a wick now.
This trade, we're risking 225 to make 412. So about a 2-to-1.
Put steadily rising, calls now rising on general market tide. Calls are still above puts, volume still in favor of calls. And same story on holdings. So
CBD is,
but again,
is
like
plus 2,002, by the way.
So yeah, you get this hold at VWAP, you could get a
so guys,
move up.
This trade might not play out. It might not play out. We had multiple confluence. I mean, you had VWAP hold. You had to get back. You see, I took it when it came back into the trend zone. The trend zone. Looking for it to move back up. I don't really like it to go high today, so we're gonna put it about $400 profit. If we get, you know what? Screw it. Let's go for it. You got a order sitting. So they just move these orders. I want to see these orders go above this, then we should get this move. But
call spiking, puts dropping. We are
CBD
15 minutes out till data.
Plus 2,600.
MACD bending, did not cross. It's now bending.
We probably should have took that $200 to be honest on this trade, but we got a little wiggle room on this account, so we're gonna let it play out and see if we can get it. And you know what? If we hit it, we'll be done with our funded accounts today. Mostly.
Calls rising, puts falling, calls rising, both. So, and it looks like we're holding that 5-minute E8 as well.
CBD's almost to 3,000 now. Take us to high day, baby. Take us to high day. That's all I'm asking for. Not asking for much. Just asking for a little here.
Yeah, we like it.
CBD's 3,000. Need to break above 3,000. It's kind of 3,000 seems to be a roadblock right this second. We shall see. We shall see. The longer we just hang out here, it's went above 3,000 just then. So we're above 3,000 now. If it can hold it, we should get our move we're looking for. It's struggling to hold it though. Struggling to hold it.
Calls rising, puts falling. Same story.
Yeah, and you
Getting a little
got
bit of
these orders still. These are the ones that's keeping it from. You notice they get up to high and they pop back down. Get up to high and they pop back down. Same. It's doing the same song and dance. We need these to pop above. That will pull all these double stacked orders up with it, which is not doing at the moment. You look to the downside, you got all these orders. So it's a battle here, man. It's a battle.
another
Back above.
spike in calls.
Interesting. CBD's back to 2,800 now. They just can't get that clean break. Looks like we're going to come back and test this. At least test these EMAs. Probably test this zone, this trend zone. It's got to hold. CBD's 20. Went to 27 and back to 28. So it's telling you that the Bulls want to take control, but they haven't been able to yet. So seems like
12
they are
minutes to
trying.
data.
Go ahead, sir.
I was going to say 12 minutes to data as well, so you still got some time if it
Yeah, we
just
need to be
chops
out of this trade, and hopefully we can. I would love a pop to high day before data, and that would be par for the course, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Amazon's ticked red. Apple, though, I mean, Apple's recovered pretty good. So it's
Wow,
nearing
Apple
its
has
high day.
recovered pretty good. Wow.
Nvidia just
Nvidia.
wow. Just wow.
Yeah, look at NQ now too. It's going to its or high.
Yeah, NQ's
So
carrying.
ES is actually lagging NQ now, which is interesting.
I'm gonna wonder if it is the energy side of things. Let's look at XLE.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Can you check and see what the rest of energy is doing?
So XLE as a whole is down almost 1%, and it's at low a day. So yeah, it's energy dragging it down. And also healthcare is flat, but to the downside. It's to the low of its day. It's down 0.1%. So yeah, it's energy and healthcare, which are the two big components of the ES.
I'm still with this move. I mean, CBD is still hanging around that 3,000 mark. It's back up to 3,000 again.
Yeah.
Seems like with this, we would get to push up.
Oh wow! Home Depot hit $400.
Hurricane season.
Yeah. Wow, I didn't know that. Good for
CBD back to 25.
Yeah,
it's coming back pretty hard. Second.
Yeah, get a little pullback here. Probably a retest of VWAP. So, well, you had a weakness in tech. So, what was holding it up? Kind of got pushed back down.
The VIX is
see
popping.
See if VWAP can hold again. You did have a cross on MACD there.
VWAP is still, VWAP. VIX is still below 1550. But it's had a nice little pop there to get back up. It's actually up 0.02%. 0.13%. 2 cents.
So it looks like
ugly candle.
Well, I was saying VWAP held pretty good, but doesn't look like it. Got to wait for the candle close.
CBD negative, not negative. Sorry, it's at 2,000 now, so it's come back from that 3,000 mark down to 2,000. Still not crashing, but it's not. Well, okay. Here it pops back up.
Tide, same story. Nothing crazy. You got puts to it. Puts are rising a little bit.
Guys, so the only thing that's really so all these indicators from CBD to EMAs to all this, they're all lagging indicators, right? MACD,
Right.
everything's lagging. The only thing that is not a lagging indicator is tide.
Yeah. Tide is
So
always.
eventually the
Puts.
tide plays out. It might not play out right there when you want it to. It might take it a minute.
So one thing I didn't notice while we were doing it is puts just got a spike, and now total volume on general market is now in favor of puts.
Yeah, we're going
Holdings has calls way ahead on both volume and on premium. So
CBD is back to 2,500. Not as high as it was, but it did stop the drop. Hit about 2,000. That's where it bounced at, and that's where we see this bounce at. So
you're approaching under 10 minutes till data, so you've got about 7 minutes, 6 minutes left.
yeah, I was hoping to get this above the 200 mark. We'll cut it and we'll reevaluate after data.
I think the story here is if tech falls, yes, coming down fast.
Yeah.
So that's what you look for right now. Is your all eyes are on NQ if you're trading ES, because everything else is pulling it down. Energy's pulling it down. Let me look at healthcare again.
VIX
Healthcare is
starting to come low a day.
a lot of people don't realize the second biggest sector in the S&P is healthcare. Now, of course, tech dominates it, but if healthcare is flat or has no real momentum, it can be kind of a weighted anchor to the index.
I mean, you got to think we tend to think about tech a lot and everything, but tech is not the only thing in the S&P.
Yeah.
You've got energy, healthcare, tech. I mean, you got all kind of stuff in there. It's the top 500 companies, right? So
Right. And there's your pop on NQ, which is coinciding with a pop on ES. So yeah, it's pretty clear what's in charge.
yeah, VIX is right at its orb low, which is low a day. So if it can break down a little bit here, we should get a pop back up and take me out on this trade. One thing when you're watching VIX too, the VIX is lagging also. So when you're watching it, like you see a move, like we had that red candle here and it took about a minute, then you saw the green candle pop on the VIX. So
yeah.
CBD is 3,000 again.
Yeah, I mean NQ is at 20,200. It's kind of dropping right now. I mean, it's almost tick for tick with ES at the moment. Just
yeah, NQ is struggling with its orb high, is where it's having trouble getting above. ES, we're just pretty much right in the middle of the orb.
Yeah, I forgot to draw mine. I'm gonna draw mine. 88.
Oh, give me this pop and get me out of this thing, and let's call it a morning on this, and we'll reevaluate here shortly after we get some data, data, whatever you want to call it. It's kind of funny. So when I talk to people about the stream and like, who do you stream with? Like, I got a trading buddy we stream with. Like, well, how'd y'all meet? Well, we met in a Discord. They just look at you like, what? That's weird. Like,
yeah.
Then you just like, it's a trading thing. Don't worry.
It really is. I mean, online community has been a big part of my life forever. I don't really do like the actual social media like Facebook and all that. I've always enjoyed the online communities. Nice push here. Heading into data, you got 3 minutes.
We're gonna take $200 on it. And
nice job.
A green start.
You had a spike in calls. It's starting to lean the volume back into. I mean, puts are still in charge on the volume side, but calls have pushed it to make it much more of a fight. SPY holdings though are just straight calls. So I think you're getting the Nvidia effect on the holdings. So that one may not. I may just start ignoring that one for the rest of the today.
Here's what we're fitting to do. We're going to do a combine, and we are going to take a chance on data being bullish because CBD is climbing.
Mm.
We're going to get in. If well, I don't. There we go. We're going to risk. Oh, let's risk about $1,200, and then let's see if we can make $1,500 on this. So this pops. So looking at book map, you got a ton of orders sitting at 5,800. If it pops that, you got your next spot is 5,805. So I'm gonna put this take profit at 5,803.25. So if data comes out bullish and we spike, we probably go above 5,800. I don't know if we hit 5,805. That's why I've got it below that. No, let's see. So this is a pure gamble play on a combine. We're risking 1,275 to make 1,500. So about a 1-to-1 risk reward.
How many did you do? 1, 2, 3?
Three.
All right,
Three.
Got NQ popping, heading into the event.
Floating above its opening range. I'm just running away from it. You know, you kept talking about that. Was it 20? Was it 2,100? Oh, it was 20,000. Yes, or was it 20,000?
Yeah, 20,100. Yeah.
And boy, if you would have traded that break above when it finally broke,
Yeah.
you'd have had you a nice move on it, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We got 30 seconds to data, so we shall see. Roy, share your tide again. I want to see if it's going to mess it up or what's it going to do. So y'all bear with me. I got to add it back in once he does it. So I want to see, before I add it, I'm going to see if it slows everything. That should not be slowing us down. I don't understand why it is.
Look at that tide. Wow.
You know what? Let's not look at it long. Let's let the people look at it. Let the people look at the tide. Well, and if I would have held that, so the data did not move the market like they said it would.
No, it didn't at all. I mean, it was bullish.
U.S. home sales units, came in at 0.716 million. Forecast is 0.7. Came right in at forecast and right under previous, which is 7.339.
So we're back in your zone. As you can see, Look at calls. Calls just took over. You see the bottom volume area. That's what I'm talking about when I say is in control. So you can see a spike on calls, just went for it. And flipping over to holdings, you're going to see the same. But again, this is all the SPY individual companies.
And when once that you showed that in the volume, about the same time that volume went green there, CBD broke 4,000.
Yeah. So it's there are three parts to the market that we've learned over the years. There's mechanicals, which is your options and your flow and all that fun stuff. There's technicals, which is your algorithms that look at chart patterns, chart zones, all that stuff. And then there's fundamentals, which are news-based events. So you got to identify what's going to move the market on any given day. 90% of the time, it's always going to be it's a mixture of mechanical and technical. And the other 10% is going to be just fundamental data that, overrides all of it. So your fundamental data is when you get those kind of violent moves that are just kind of inexplicable. Your technical data is more of those nice trends, either down or up.
So I don't see this breaking above 5,800 now, personally. And
Yeah.
I say that we got a pop here. But then I'm not ready to go short. Yeah, my levels earlier, I took a short and it played out great, but we don't always get the same plays.
I would say it's right now, just from being on the sidelines and looking, it's hard to go short even at this level beyond a few points. Looking at Nvidia, Nvidia and Apple, um,
Right. Yeah.
it's just so difficult to fight those two when they are on somewhat of an upswing right now. Again,
So
you
there,
can go short and you can nail it for a few points in here and there, but we're talking trends and things like that. It's going to be hard for a downtrend to happen unless those two crack.
you guys can see here, they're moving these orders. These that were 85, they're moving up. So we're going to put it at 5,800. If we hit 5,800, that'll get us 1,000 on this trade.
I think you're still streaming my Tide.
Oh, I am. Yeah, I'm sitting there talking
There.
like. There we go. So I move. This is the trade we're in. We're up 375, and I'm now risking 600 to make 1,000. I might have this a little tight here at VWAP, but I think if we break VWAP, then we have a big move down. We talked about who's going to do what today. I still lean that at some point you're going to see some profit taking.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you heard all the European data tomorrow morning as well.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, as you had hinted on Monday. So here's your pullback. You're at point of control. I've got it 57.93.50. So it looks like it came down, tested it.
CBD came back to 3,700. It got up to 4,400. So you're seeing just standard moves with it now. You're not seeing anything crazy yet. When you're looking at Bookmap, you're looking at CB. Oh my gosh, they got 700 orders sitting at 5,800 now. Whoa. They're moving them, but we could see that 5,800 hit. If it does, I will probably swap back to an XFA, and I might take a chance on a short at it. Ballsy, right?
Ballsy.
You know me. I mean, look, here's the deal. We've had a decent day so far. Have we made a ton of money? No. Have we hit $200 profitable days in both XFAs? Yep. So and we
Yeah, you got just Nvidia just steadily climbing. I mean, it's look at that chart. It is just any dip gets bought. It's just up. Strong start to the day for Nvidia.
yep.
The market is concentrated for sure on that name.
Yep.
It loves it some Nvidia. Now you could get if it does want to bend and it does want to start to trend down, you could get a pretty strong move to the downside, which let's hope it fills Monty's long before it does that. And then move it up, but
I still don't like it up there. I'm gonna put it back. We're going to play this safer, and we're gonna play it high day. And if we get it, we get it. I would love to get it and then reject down, but we shall.
I will say Apple now looks like it's about to turn green. So
Apple has popped. What is that? $1.50, $1.75, almost $2 in the since open. So
yeah, it's tough
strong
right now to to stand in front of those two when they're doing what they're doing.
There's no doubt. No doubt.
Let's see. Microsoft still green, up almost $2. AMD broke 160. It's up $2.
Just took me out. There's $700 on that trade.
Nice job. Nice job. Micron earnings today after hours, by the way, as well.
Oh, Micron.
They are a supplier of NVIDIA, so they are.
I remember when I used to trade them a good bit.
I remember trading them in the 40s. Yeah.
Yep.
Remember they were like $40, 45,
Yep.
30s.
I remember buying $50 option calls. They were like, woo.
Yeah. The game has changed. Yeah. And what's crazy is it's 95, but it's come down from its 150 a couple months ago. It went on a tear.
VIX has fallen off a cliff. It's down to 1525. It's looking to test it's actually broke below overnight low. Yesterday low.
Calls are rising. To be honest, the reason why I'm not in anything is the move is just not very strong. But for NQ, it is extremely strong. And it's just got me so worried that the minute NQ slows down, ES may drop pretty hard.
Yeah, I agree.
And so it's kind of knowing what you're trading, right?
For sure. I mean, we've been set here in this stupid little area. How we made a comment, we're still in range. We hadn't broken range. No, we're pretty much been in range all morning, Howie. All morning. So I would really like it to pull back to, if you were to look for a loan. I don't know if VWAP is out of touch yet. Could be for the time being.
I think you'd have to look for your zone where the zone is hitting the point of control on the volume profile. It would be a good spot there.
CBD is plus 5,300.
Woo!
Yeah.
NQ has a little bit of a red candle here, but still a minute 38 on the 3-minute chart. It's the first red candle since its VWAP test. About that happened about 12 minutes into the open, so almost an hour. No, sorry, almost 45 minutes. Just straight going up.
VIX had a pop and then it did its little gap back down deal. So
NQ is at 20,250. It tried to break it again, couldn't quite break it, but it's testing it now. So you could get a little bit of a little pullback. You got ES point of control at 57.94. Tide just bullish. Nothing changing there.
CBD's come back to 4,800. So it's coming back some, but it's just coming back. It's not. So when I'm calling numbers out on CBD, like when I say it goes to 51 and it comes back to 48, that's not a huge move, and that's just following the market. Is pretty much what it's doing. You're seeing the sell orders come in, which is kind of pushing CBD down some. If you want to see a move, you'll see a spike one way or the other. So we're at 47, 48 now. If it all of a sudden drops to 4,000 or 37, you're fixing to see a big drop with it. Same thing goes for the long. If it pops to 55, 6,000, you're finna see a pop with it. So, and this, when you see this on CBD, typically you've got about 2 seconds. So, if you are going to follow CBD, you better be really quick if you're going to do it that way. If you're trying to scalp in and out.
NQ
Wow.
new high day. Just set it. Now it's staying a little bit above 20,250. Apple tried to go green for the day and got slight rejected, but it's still holding above 227. I imagine it's about to test that again. That high day. Or sorry, that well, it is high day, but to be green again. I think you're yeah, I mean NQ showing little signs of stopping. I mean, it's getting a bit up there in orbit.
It is getting a little extended away from its opening range, which does concern me a little bit on it.
Nvidia holding up pretty good, just trending up.
VIX with a pop here.
Call still rising.
I had a line at 15, a zone at 15, around a 1531 area, and it struggled to get below it, then it dropped below it, and it struggled to get back above it again now. So anybody that says you can't do technical analysis on VIX is sadly mistaken. I've heard that before. The VIX, look, we went through a point where the VIX was not as important as it used to be because everything was adjusting with once we went to the 0-day expiration options. That changed a lot of things. Ooh, we just had a big pop in the VIX.
Yeah, you're now below point of control on ES. So you could see it's Apple for a second got under 227. It's right back above it now. So
VIX
I think
popped all the way back up to its opening range low, which it just rejected. So we'll see. And NQ just doing NQ things over there.
NQ is violently going up.
Yeah, you look at the NQ chart, then you look at the ES chart, and it is just NQ is the bad boy of the day. Lord have mercy.
Apple pop. It's now looks like it wants to test it going green. I think if Apple goes green, you're getting your breakout up.
I'm sharing your tide here because I'm looking. Look how your volume, has gone pretty high on your. That's your call volume, correct?
Yeah. And so then flipping to holdings. So you see calls way up. I mean, it's all day just buying calls on the holdings.
We're going to try long here again at this 8 EMA. This is a combine, so we're going to probably leave it. We're going to risk. Just want to get right at the 5,800 level. Put it right below it. We'll move our stop up to VWAP. So if we hit our stop loss, we're still at least even on the day. If we pop up there, then we get our move that we want. And we will see what happens here. We're up a couple $100 on it.
Yeah, general market tide still pointing up. Apple coming down though. Apple back under 227. It just cannot go green for the day. Nvidia is raging. Um, yeah, Nvidia just new high after new high after new high for the day.
Like NQ, huh?
Yeah, it is definitely the leader today. Meta up $8 high today, up 1.4%.
Wow. Meta's been strong here recently, hasn't it? Seems like
Yeah,
every time we
really.
talk about it, it's almost double digits up.
Yeah, and
Oh, Mark Zuckerberg.
well, they're a big player with Nvidia, right? So they've now it's the I was talking to Led about this a few weeks ago. He was telling me all the stats of how much Facebook pays Nvidia for their stuff, and it's just basically have an open check to Nvidia.
Really?
Just whatever you got, just give it to us.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Which makes sense in Facebook's world, right? They are heavily reliant on efficient servers and processing large amounts of data fast.
Right. These orders are moving a tad bit. I got one thing that really here's my thought on. I'm sharing my chart again. So my thought process here with if we get this pop up here, I think if we get this pop, if we hit 5,800, which you can see we hadn't, we got to what 57.98.75. So I mean we got 5 ticks away from hitting it, right? But
Hmm.
I think if we do pop 5,800, I think what you see is you see a move up above it, and then you see it come back and you see a test whether we immediately come down. CVD is only at 3,900 right now, which is very strange. You know, it got up to what 5,000 a minute ago. So
Yeah. Apple's cooling a bit too.
Apple is, Nvidia's not.
No, Nvidia's not.
It is, what time is it now? We are at almost 9:20. So we'll cut loose probably, or what do you think, around 9:30 or so this morning? I've got
Yeah,
a
yeah.
I got a friend possibly coming to town. One thing, I woke up this morning, it was great. I meant to tell you this earlier. I'm gonna tell it in the stream. Walked outside and you felt that chill in the air this morning.
Oh,
Oh, it was so great. It's football season, buddy, and
especially football
that's
season.
what you're
Yeah,
looking for right there.
yeah, yeah,
You know, we had fake fall earlier about a month ago where we got that little feeling. It's just a teaser. They do it and they're like, you know what? We're pulling that back. You're not going there. Went right back up to record highs, and then I think just looking at the weather here, Mississippi, this is we are set for some cooler weather for the next few weeks
Mm.
anyway.
Um, Point of control moved up to 57.95, so now we're technically under it on this move down a bit.
Yeah, CBD's come back to 35, 36.
But Nvidia is just raging. So I mean, it's if Apple recovers here, you're going to get probably a pretty good move up, but
Yeah,
doesn't look
VIX
like
has
it.
gone back to it's back in its open range.
Mm.
And as soon as I say that, it drops right below it. So
Call's still in control here. You did have a cross down on the MACD um, on that
so if I'm reading
on
this
that
right,
last.
so I'm gonna share this while I ask this question. So when you're looking, you got this. So you see your call volume at the bottom. You spiked,
Yeah,
and then it dropped a little bit, and it spiked. Now your call volume is actually dropping here.
right, a little bit. And your put, you
So
can see the slight uptick in the premium in the put.
right,
So, and then you got a holdings. So you can see how dramatic the fall is on the SPY. The yellow line is the SPY price,
right,
and it's like you get these drops, and you're like, well, that's not really in line with what flow is showing. So,
Oh,
is the dip? Oh, there you go.
wow.
So, is the dip gonna get bought up or not? And um, so we just
Yes.
had what? Yeah, that was quick. VWAP and
Tried
then
to.
bounce.
Oh, you son of a gun. There we go. We might get in it more than I bargained for here.
So it's like one of those things that I kind of look for. If you get some dramatic moves and flow doesn't quite fall in line with it, it's like, okay, well, this is an opportunity to maybe get in the direction that the flow is telling you, even though the price action's not following. But that can also be pretty dangerous sometimes as well. So,
Yeah.
but like this move down proved to be a pretty good spot to go long on the VWAP test.
Yeah, I
Just
tried. I only got field one. It was late. I got it. I didn't get in it until we got the break of the trend zone
mm,
where I should have done market orders and I didn't. That was on me. But I like this move and I like for it to. I mean, this very well could be what was needed to pop it back above to get to that 5,800. A comeback and get a running start.
yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I'm gonna go long in a combine if it can get back just a little bit to that middle of that zone. Um, don't love wouldn't love it if it got back down there and didn't bounce. So it's a bit of a risky entry.
Yeah, I will add if we come back some. I will add to this one. I like it going back to. I still think we get to that 5,800 level. Personally,
Yeah,
I think destiny today.
yeah. I think here is it's all eyes on Apple. I mean, Nvidia is writing its story. My gracious, but Apple. If Apple can get back over 2,700, I think you break high a day again. Or 27 or 227. I've been reading ES too long.
Apple is, man, it's very weird looking.
Yeah, the Apple chart and the Nvidia chart are just story of two different trends right now.
Right.
It's amazing. So I
VIX
mean,
is 10 again, but it's coming back now. Going to test its low today. It looks like.
it just seems like big money is just shifting money between Apple and Nvidia back and forth for the last few weeks. So because when Nvidia had its nasty drop, I mean the whole market had a nasty drop, but when Nvidia dropped and just kind of stuck around, it was Apple that was pushing higher, and then I think that was the week of
Right.
FOMC, and then now you're seeing the flip here.
I mean, I like it on this 20. I'm right on that 21.
Yeah, I've got an order at 92.50. If it can get me.
I added right there.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
in.
It could be a trend down. You notice we rejected up in this area. Here
Yeah,
we
that
come
zone has been.
VWAP again. CBD is coming back. You got all these orders right below where my stupid stop is. And that's
Matt,
almost 1,000 orders sitting there.
or NQ finally showing a little bit of weakness. That's kind of got a kind of a topping curve to it.
Yeah,
So
I think I rushed this trade here. I did. I
I
set some
definitely,
stop.
I definitely did. So now we're at or below. Um, see if we can get a bounce here off or below. If not, then I'll just cut it for a loss.
Talking about CBD, it just went from 3,000 to 1,400.
Woo! Yeah,
And
your
then you got
B cross is coming on NQ shortly. It's already happened on ES. And like we said, you get the weakness in NQ, you could get a strong move down on ES. So
Wow, Apple is just coming back hard. In the video with the slightest pullback.
yeah, um, yeah,
Tell you what we're fixing to do.
we can get back to probably break even here. I may cut it and just revisit it.
We're going to. We've made $200 in each one of these. I know that's not a lot of money, but we're going to lock the XFAs up. We're not taking any chances on them the rest of the day. There's no need. Just keep making your 200. If you get a good trade, you make more. Great. If not, you just live to fight another day.
So I took the 2 tick profit on that combine. I had 3 ES. I don't like what Apple's doing. NQ with a strong candle back up. So we'll see if there's continuation here. Was maybe I was running a little scared, but I didn't feel comfortable with seeing what Apple was doing.
Yeah, Apple's showing a little strength after 21 too. So
Yeah,
on the 5.
yeah, could continue to reverse, but that is a candle. Wow, I just looked at the ES candle.
Yeah, yeah.
So orb low, back through VWAP, now at point of control.
Yep.
You got put slightly ticking up, nothing crazy. Oh, sorry, slightly tick. They had a tick up, and then kind of ticking back down. Yeah, just see how obnoxious that SPY yellow chart is.
And
And
share that while you're talking. So we're sharing it with the
yeah,
screen.
so you can see how obnoxious the SPY price action looks. Granted, it's scaled and all that stuff, but you can see that flow is not matching the moves. Um, Obviously, it matched the move on the way up, and then it came way down, but it didn't match that on the call side. So it's one of those moments where you just you know you you stay cautious if you're trying to go for a big move on maybe the downside. Again, like I said, you can probably look to get a few points here and there on the short side, but um, you got to have some sort of indicator telling you. And it could work out here where it just drills and then flow starts to follow. You're seeing a sell down here. So from a interesting candle on ES, which is again going back to waiting for candle closes. Um,
Ooh,
yeah, you want to
that
flip
crude
back to
number.
that. The crude number came out. We had data.
Yeah. And look, typically crude numbers do not affect ES and NQ much, but when you have crude oil inventories come out at negative 4.4147 million,
Mm.
when it was forecast at negative 1.43 million, we've had a big miss in inventories, which we talked about ES being part, with the energy sector and stuff. This is going to pull energy down. That's why you saw that move right there, right? So
Yeah.
gasoline inventories negative 1.538 million. Forecast is 0.02.
Mm.
So we had big misses on all the oil numbers, looks like. And it caused us to have a red trade. Hit our stop loss. So there's that. I think for the most part, I don't know. My buddy said that supposed to be coming in, said he might not be able to make it now, so I might. We're looking back over here at my chart now. I might hang out. I might trade a tad bit more this afternoon. More than likely, I'm probably going to call it on most things.
Yeah, you had a good day. Good start to the day. I've been pretty conservative, I would say, with my trades. I just didn't didn't quite read it right. Didn't see the moves really popping like I normally do. I mean, you got NQ here, kind of crossing down, and could have a pretty good move down, but
I like this rejection of the VWAP right now so far.
yeah, and so
It
you
might
got
pop back.
ES right at
CBD's kind of chilling. It came back in and see it broke the trend zone, came down, came back, tested, came back. So
yeah, you did have some slowdown a bit on Nvidia. It's not just going straight up. So um,
yeah, wow, you
again,
got back to red candles on the video.
yeah, whoa, only that's allowed. So
It hadn't been allowed since open so far. So.
put steadily rising, calls steadily rising, but you can see volume took a hit on the call side. So you're seeing volume on the call side start to slow, which is probably why you didn't get that breakout above 58 or test of 5800. You didn't have the calls to continue on. But I mean, it's still early, only 90 minutes into the trading session, so that all this stuff can change as we found out yesterday. So if you're red on the day or green on the day, I'd say it's a pretty good time to close it up and do something fun. If you're red on the day, also not a bad time to close it up because you're just hanging out now at VWAP, so you're at a 50-50 shot. Looks like we're trending down on ES if it can hold under VWAP. You've got
That's our key. Yeah.
we got NQ down, trending down. It's now at 232. Short-term trend down, not anything different. So NQ is above VWAP.
This is going to be probably our last trade of the day, no matter what. On this account, it definitely is, because if we hit this, we're not going to have any wiggle room at all on it. So I don't know. I might be crazy. I still think we trend down personally, but we've talked
NQ
about
showing
this.
a little bit of life.
Yeah, here comes the ES popping back up above VWAP. We shall see.
Well, regardless, I was going to say, regardless of this trade, I mean, how about that night? You know, that 57.96 zone. Come on.
Yeah.
Wow. Right.
It definitely played out. Yeah. It's played out over and over again. Like I said, short it until it breaks.
Yes, you're getting some pretty good candles here on NQ.
Yeah, I think we're going to. I don't know. NQ's coming back some. VIX is wanting to drop. That's why we're getting this pop. VIX is pop. VIX can't get back above its or below. Every time it hits it, it tested it, drops right back off of it. So you're seeing that. And NVIDIA could not do 3 red candles in a row.
Yeah.
Apple showing still fighting at the 21 EMA. Has not gotten a clean break at it. So interesting. We are
5-day moving average 57.80.
I like 57.80. I like 57.
There you go. Yeah, I think you like it because it's a 5-day moving average.
No, I hate it because of that, but I like it. If you've noticed, if you look here, I just moved it off 57.80, 57.80, 75. Yeah. And then you come back and then see you got this whole area right here around 57.80. So that's why I like 57.80. It has nothing to do with it.
The 5-day moving average is the bottom Bollinger Band on NQ, which is 20,121. So yesterday, if you followed along, we had a violent bounce from that bottom. It actually coincided with the 5-day moving average on NQ. Um, so take that for what you will. Not saying we would test it. However, traditionally, or I guess historically, I should say, I play uh, days heading into data events. I tend to see a little bit major trend lines and levels and things like that. One of them for me is the 5-day moving average, 20-day moving average, 50-day moving average. Monty hates 5-day moving average, so we're gonna try and get this stream known as the 5-day moving average stream. But there's always the kind of flight to safety is what I like to call is does the market just go to one of those levels and just kind of hang out there as a
Did
flight
you
to
just
safety?
say the 5-day moving average stream?
So we may have a pop up here, but I always kind of keep that line on my chart to say we're heading into major data, and maybe the end of the day we may trend down towards it. Maybe not, but that's my thought process here. All right, let's see what we got. Let's check the old Discord. Anything in there?
Yeah, nothing new there. I
Yeah,
think I think I'm fixing
it's
to
been
call it a day.
yeah, it's been a pretty boring session to be honest. I mean, what is your range? Nothing, right?
Yep.
It's 10
Nope.
points, maybe.
Yeah, 10 points.
Yeah, I mean, this is
Great,
where
right?
you can kill accounts, right? This is
Yep. So
um,
we're in a short. We're gonna let the short play. It's either going, like I said, it's gonna hit our stop loss, or it's gonna hit our take profit. I am going to get up away from this desk. I'm not gonna sit here and watch this all day. Ugh. The worst thing you can do is sit here and watch this and burn yourself out and regret a move. Just let it play. Set your plays. Have your bracket set. If you're on Top Step X, your brackets are great. They work on copy trading. They work on all this. Set them. Let your trade play out. Don't micromanage it. Don't overmanage it. Let whatever happens happens. If you think your thesis is valid, let it go. Like
right.
you look here, if we break this area, we'll get stopped out. But of course, we break this area, we should run more, right? I got
Yeah,
here. If we break this area, we should come down more. So that's why I've got my stuff where it's at, and we'll come back and see later today where we're at. On it looks like we're going to get a pop here. CBD's climbing back up to 2,000. See, look, CBD is very deceiving today. Like I told you guys, it's not really. It's moving with the moves, so you're not getting a big move either direction to kind of go with it. So, which tells you that nobody's in control.
yeah. I was gonna say. I mean, you're looking at today and just like zoomed out as ES. You're flat on the day from the close from the Globex Open. So you're just not getting any sort of signal direction one way or the other. So it's hard mode. It's chop. It's not actually ideal conditions to trade. So
Yep. So we'll see. We'll come back tomorrow and see where we're at.
I will say our track record on these, like leaving them open ended, has not been good.
No, it hasn't been.
But they tend to recover themselves at the off camera.
Yeah, because I put a lot of work in sometimes. I, I hate seeing it red. That's why I'm gonna walk away because I don't even want to look at it. To be honest with you, I
Yeah,
don't even want to see it because if I end up red, I'll be like, oh, I can get this back, and then 8 times, maybe 7 times out of 10, I get it back. So
yeah.
if I try, I might not do the safest things to get it back. So here's the deal. So I'll be honest with you guys. When I'm trading the combine, like let's say this one here, If I get down, I have no problem going 10 lots for 3 points to get it back.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. So, and right now, 10 lots for 3 points gets me back green.
Hmm.
Here, I'm trying to be patient. I'm trying to hope for the moves with limited, like I would normally on a XFA. So off camera, I'm liable to go 10 lots and pop, and there you go. I'm back. I'm scalping real quick. I might scalp a point. I might scalp 3 ticks.
Yeah.
But it's going to be big numbers. It's going to be in and out quick, and it's not always the safest place. That's why I don't show you guys that part of it. So. It's definitely not the way to do it. And we're struggling to break VWAP here, so this trade might end up red anyway. So the bad track record might continue.
Yeah, it's
Pop on the VIX here, so that's interesting.
holding VWAP pretty good, isn't it?
It is, and you can see it's holding VWAP. Then also this trend zone has turned into an upper trend zone, so it's holding.
Yeah, we got a pop in calls just now.
Oh wow, I see that. So yeah, I'm fixing to get screwed.
But I mean, the last few times that's kind of showed itself. You do get a move down and then a pop up. So
Yeah, I need a 10 point move down, Roy.
10-point move down. The flow does not support that right now. However, things can change very quickly.
Correct.
Let's see what we got. Apple, Nvidia. Yeah, I mean it's just toying with you. It does look like it wants to hold this VWAP though, doesn't it?
It does. The video seems like it might be tapering off here at the top,
Yeah.
maybe. Uh, well, we're gonna get a VWAP break now. So you got NQ coming back. Looks like they might wants to test the orb high, but we'll see if it gets there or not. Look at this right below it, because not hold the move below VWAP. So
Yeah, I mean
I
it's
don't know. This might play out. CBD's come back to 1300, pop back to 1500. So, like I said, it still tell you the same thing. Let's see, before we go, we got a chat. We may get a move today, but with all the data coming out tomorrow, I think every single Fed member, probably speaking, exactly, chop day is exactly what do you do when down on XFA and try to make it back? I will scalp an XFA the same way I scalp my other one. I just won't go. I can't go 10. Like I will go 3 to 5 if I can. I have no problem. I have no problems at all trading 5 lots in a XFA. It's dangerous, but you got to be in and out. I don't. If I'm in 5 lots, I'm not getting 5 lots to hold. I'm trying to hit a target, and I'll look for ranges. So you're looking at my chart here, and we're going to draw a couple of lines of what I would look for. Let's say that I was in a short here, right? Then I got stopped out. So you come back into this area here with all this chop. So I'm going to draw a line there and a line here, and I'm gonna play these as levels. So let's say I got it short, it stopped me out, come back below. I'm gonna take a long here, and I'm gonna try to scout for a point or two. And then it comes here, I'm gonna try to scout for a point or two, and I'm gonna do that back and forth. If you look at my chart when I get to, let's see, I don't know if it'll show it or not. This one got down yesterday, was like 800 points. I finished 270 up, or 230 up. Let's see here if it shows it while we're looking at it. So this here shows, okay, I kept my my stop loss tighter, right? So my average loss was $290. My average winning trade was $440. Biggest trade 672. Worst trade was 340. This 662 was at 10 o'clock. So this was after the stream. This is one I actually got in 2 lots. I sold one earlier. This overall trade got me $1,000, pretty much.
Mm.
And then you look here, see how long I hold them, see the win rate. I want to show the trades. So here's how we started the day yesterday. Red, 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 right? That's $800. My next trade, these two were taken together. It was two. I got 675, 437 off that. So right at 1,000, and I got 200 today from that one. So that was one I actually trailed up the stop loss, if I remember correctly. We were down 800. As soon as I bought these, it went straight into the money. It turned green. I didn't take any heat on those at all.
Mm.
So I was able to trail it up. And then I got to a profit. Once I got back green on the day, I scaled one out. That's why you see I scaled one. And then I made 437 off one of them, 675 off the other one. That was actually, like I said, that was one trade that I bought 2 lots on. And then when I got to this one, it got me to even, so I cut it. Or this one got me to even, I cut it, and I held this one until we got 200 more bucks, and I cut it and stopped trailing. So XFAs, I do not go to micros. I know some of you guys trade micros. Whatever works for you. I can't trade micros. If I make $15, it drives me crazy, and I hate it, and I don't want to trade it. If I can't make a couple $100 on one move, I don't want to move it. I don't want to take it. So
Yeah,
that's just me. Like I said, that doesn't work for everybody. And that's not talking bad about anybody that does do that, because you do what's comfortable to you, and whatever works best for you. What works best for you might not work best for me, and vice versa. So profit 1.51 to 1. So this is actually it's not a bad profit target. I wish does it show your? I want to see if it showed. I wanted to see the win rate, I mean, we can do it here. So yesterday, you can see I took 1, 2, 3, total of 5 lots. 3 were red, 2 were green. I still finished $200 up today. That's managing your risk. As long as you manage your risk, you don't have to be 100% win rate. That's the biggest thing.
getting to move down here, by the way.
Your questions there, Roy, easy, but so that's one thing I've done, and I don't know if it's from just trading over and over again or trading as much as we traded. I don't get emotional trading anymore. I get happy, and you might see me clap, but as far as like, if you was to put like say put a blood pressure test on me to see what my blood pressure doing, it's gonna be even keel the whole time. It's just something I'm really good at being able to not take it personal and just be like, hey, it is what it is, and move on to the next trade. I think once if you can get to that level, and we just had a big, huge. What happened here? CBD is dropping like crazy too in this move.
Yeah, you had a pretty strong move down actually while you were chatting, and then
I
it
saw that, but then I just looked,
recovered.
and this is popped up, and CBD is still running.
Yeah,
CBD is down 500.
yeah,
Like it went to 1,000 to 500 on this move up.
yeah. I think you're getting a retest of VWAP here, and could be kind of a
NQ came
nasty
right off
drop if
its
it rejects.
opening range high. Woo! VIX with an ugly candle. Of course, Apple pops now. Anyway, I hope what I said makes sense. Royce, thank you. I appreciate it. And he said it does. So I don't know. I take that as a quality that I don't get emotional. That is like if anybody asks, like, hey, what's your best trading quality? Is I don't get emotional. But what that also tells you is I don't trade too much size.
That's it, right? If you're emotional, that normally means you're too big.
Yeah, yeah. And in the past, when I traded the other firm that let you add 20 accounts, right, with the trailing drawdown, I was nervous a lot. And then when I scaled back some and was like, hey, I have a routine. Typically, I love to take 2 lots at a time. 2 lots is my sweet spot right now. I love to take 2. I've been taking 1 just because I'm trying to build these accounts up slower. But I love 2 lots. It gives you a decent profit with a 3-point move. That's a $300. You're looking at $100 a point. I love that kind of trading. I do like I said, I can go to 5, and it doesn't really affect me. If I get over 5, I start to get a little nervous. So I have been, 6, 8, 9 in a XFA before, and I found myself kind of questioning myself over and over again. And that's when you're to the point where, hey, this is too much. I need to back off. So
Right.
CVD is just being very strange right now. It's popped back up to 800, then down to 500, then up to 800, then to 500. I think we're freezing a little bit. I don't know. We're getting some issues. I'm going to work on some technical issues overnight and see if I can fix some of these things so we don't have these problems. It seems like we went a full week with no issues, and all of a sudden we start having issues. And
Yeah.
Roy bringing his market tide out should not be affecting us on that. So, because my CPU is not pulling anything extra for him sharing that one screen.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll figure it out, and
yeah, we'll sort it out.
2 machines here, and we'll figure out what's up. My gosh, this is so annoying.
Yeah.
If I was paying attention instead of running my daggum mouse, 57.85. I mean, it's still $600 is that's on the combine. It doesn't really do much for me. That sounds bad, doesn't
Yeah, it does, but that's okay. It's not like we're live. Yeah, I mean, point of control is now 57.91, and it's holding above it. So it was. It's so
I
if
just
you
need
can
you to
get a
talk. So
pullback here, yeah, that's what you need to do. Is you need a pullback. I mean, your calls, you can tell, you see your call volume still dwindling a bit. Your calls came down, your puts came down. Switching over to the holdings again. Holdings are kind of meh right here. I mean, it's if it's gonna push up, it's got to do it from this spot right here at 57.91.
yep.
So if it can hold this 57.91, I think you see a strong push up, but it's again not kind of running away with it. The NQ chart is obviously trending down, but you've got a green candle forming, so it's
It's got NQ's got to break that orb high for it to do anything, and it can't break it to the low down. So it's held twice so far. That's going to be the key.
I think unfortunately you're probably going to get a pop here, and then probably fades. So I'd say you probably get a pop to your favorite 57.96 level.
Well, it didn't hit 57.9650. That would stop me.
Yeah, I would say it's it's a hard trade to make. I mean, MACD is starting to turn on ES to the upside.
I'm
So
sharing your time.
unless you unless you get a strong, yeah, I mean, to be honest, it's tough. You're just kind of waiting for any sort of signal, but the longer it holds over point of control, 57.91. Uh,
Yeah, it's just annoying. You got
the
the
only,
finally gets the VWAP breaking and close below VWAP, then the next candle goes right back above it, closes above it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's,
So going to looks like we're
but
fixing to test
NQ
VWAP.
is, yeah, NQ is, we said, I mean, NQ is in charge, so it's not really showing much signs of life. Now, you did have a curl up on calls here, so
See that.
remember
Well,
less
guys,
though.
it is
Yeah,
right at
I
10
think we can
o'clock.
call
Yeah, I've been saying we were leaving for 30 minutes now, and I've been rambling, so
it.
I can't ask any questions. We've only got a couple viewers left. I think most people's called it a day, so we're going to call it a day. Like I said, I'm fixing to get up, walk away from the screen, go get some food, do something that's cool, pretty outside. It's supposed to rain today, and it's not raining yet, so I'm going to touch some grass for a little bit.
You enjoy, good sir.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We will catch you guys tomorrow. Just a reminder, we did say we're probably going to, I think, we're taking Friday off again, Roy? Is that what we're going to
Yeah,
do?
yeah, yeah. I
Or
think we'll
with it?
take.
So gives us a little break to kind of reset and to work on some of these issues we have. And honestly, we probably should take off tomorrow, but we're not going to. We're going to power through it and then we'll work on things and see if we can get everything fixed and back where it needs to be. But overall, good day today. I can't complain at all. So
Yeah, no,
thank
positive
you
day, and
guys. Thank you, Roy. I appreciate you being here and
yeah, definitely.
all the other guys. So we will catch you guys tomorrow.
All right, bye, guys.